Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I am popping on to talk about why exercise is making you gain weight. Yes. For those of you that are killing yourselves at the gym and feeling like you're not getting anywhere, you're actually going in the wrong direction, yet maybe you feel a little more fit, but you're not looking more fit, and you're like, I don't get it. What the heck? Yeah. Exercise can actually make you gain weight. This is where a lot of women go wrong, right? So before I jump in, and I want to reference this. It's just been a busy day here. Snowed a lot. I think we got like 6 or 7 inches here. So we went snowboarding today. This is my favorite hat of my husband's, Compton. This is a fly that he ties. He ties flies. He's outdoors when he hunts, he fishes, all the things, right? And it got stuck in there. So that's what that is. If you guys are gonna be like, what is that thing in your hat? It's a fly, right? Clearly. And this, no, neither one of us are from Compton. I'm from Minnesota. He's from Vermont. So that's what's ironic about it. So very, but it's like the most comfortable warm hat. So that's why I love it. That's why I wear it, because it's comfortable and it's warm. I don't know about you, but sometimes I've gotten hats that like look really cute, but they don't feel like they like pinch on my forehead funny, or they like squish my ears and I don't like them, but this is the most comfortable hat, so I wear it. Anyway, so I wore it today when we were snowboarding, which is why I'm wearing it now. And then I started this video and I was like, maybe I should explain why I'm wearing a Compton hat. Okay. Anyway, we're going to talk about exercise and weight gain. So here's a scenario. Most women go through this where you're like, oh, okay, I really need to get my butt into gear. Here we go. My friend is taking me to her workout class with her. I am going running with my neighbor. I am joining this gym and doing this program and all these things, right? And unless you have somebody taking you through something, what most people do is they join a gym and they force themselves to go for a certain period of time. And you might notice, oh, for the first maybe month, maybe 2, you'll be like, oh, look, I'm getting more fit. Oh, look, things are happening in a positive direction for me. And then all of a sudden, nothing else happens. And you're like, okay, now it's going in the wrong direction. Now I'm actually gaining weight again. I'm feeling more exhausted and nothing is happening in the right way for me. Thanks, Tanya. And you get really, really frustrated in terms of your results. And you're thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm going to the gym a ton. I better up my workouts. Okay, instead of going for 45 minutes, I'm gonna go for an hour and a half. I'm gonna double my time at the gym. 2 hours at the gym. Yes, that's what I must have to do here. Yeah, to really get to that next level. I just gotta really hammer down on it. And that's the exact opposite of what is really good for the female body. That causes you to gain weight. Yeah, yes. You can't outrun your fork, right? You can't work out harder than how you're fueling and eating your body. And for women, if you are not taking into account your body's hormones, you are missing out completely on the advantage that you can take for your own body and system. Women should be working out for their own body, for their own hormones, really leaning into the differences week to week that you are having to take advantage of times where you can build more muscle and then other times where you can burn more fat. So I talk about some of these things in my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. I talk about the history of nutrition and how it's set up for men, about how you can eat for your hormones in your body, and then I do reference exercise for your hormones as well in this book. So there's a lot of good info in there, but a lot of times I will get messages from women who come across my book or my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is just Dr. Beth Westy, so you can subscribe to that too. But they'll say, oh, I saw this thing and I'm just wondering, why is this or that not working for me? Or, oh my gosh, I realized I did that, right? I worked out harder and harder and harder, and then all of a sudden I started gaining weight. And then I couldn't lose anymore. And I started getting more exhausted. And I started messing up my hormones. And I skipped periods. And oh my gosh, I went into perimenopause and everything fell apart. Yeah. Because if you're not addressing what your body hormonally needs, it's actually going to cause your body more stress. And that's like the beginning and the end of all of it for us. It really, really is when it comes down to it. Is the stressors on our system that make everything go completely wonky. Yay. Such good news. Okay, so let's talk about why this happens. Like, why is this? What is this that's happening in our system and our body that makes us actually gain more weight? And the reality of it is that the majority of women do not lift weights when they work out. If you don't lift weights, you're more likely to gain weight. Hashtag that. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Most people do cardio, right? You're just doing cardio. And I'm not saying that cardio is a bad thing to do, but it's so overutilized. Yes, there's a certain amount of cardiovascular fitness that you should have for your heart health, lung health, blah, 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 right? Yes, of course. Great, great, wonderful. You can get that through interval training. You can actually get this cardio piece in while you are doing weight sets and alternate. Yeah. But the treadmill is the most utilized piece of equipment at the gym. Did you know that? Number one piece of equipment used at a gymnasium. Any gym that has, machines and things and everything there, treadmill. It's because people don't know what else to do. And you get to the gym and maybe you're intimidated and maybe you're like, oh, I don't know, I don't feel that in shape, I don't know. I mean, maybe you're a runner and you're like, oh, it's too icy outside, I gotta run inside. Okay, fine. But you should also be going over to the weight section and doing something over there, right? So cardio is way overutilized. So if you're doing an hour on a treadmill, this is something we used to do in college, by the way. Like, we didn't know any better. We would get on the elliptical for an hour. We would get on the treadmill for an hour. Oh yeah, 2 hours. 2 hours, yeah. And we would just do crap tons of cardio. What happens when you do crap? Cardio is hardio. That's a good one too. Hashtag that. I love my weights. Yes. Again, not that you shouldn't be doing some cardio, right? So yes, absolutely. My favorite types of cardio, here, I'll change marker, is if you're going to do high intensity interval training, right? Or you're doing, if you go to a gym, I know like Orange Theories, they have a cardio piece and a weight piece, great. You know what I mean? If you're going to a boot camp and they have a cardio piece and a weight piece, great. But if you're not going to a gym like that, if you're going to a gym where you have to come up with your own workouts, a lot of times it's like you walk in there and you're like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Ooh, dang it. So you just, a treadmill. I can figure this one out. Press the start button. Here we go. Yeah, and you are actually on your way then to gaining more weight. By doing more and more and more cardio, what happens for women is that it actually increases the stress response in our body. When the stress response in our body is kicked up, it will increase how much our body burns muscle. When our body burns muscle, not builds it, but it burns it, this is where it then slows down our metabolism. And then that leads to fat storage. Very simple 4-step process here. Very simple 4-step process. And it is crazy how fast that gets turned on for women. If you're killing yourself on a treadmill, you are really going through this process. Yeah. If you are not incorporating any type of weight-bearing activity, this could be weight-bearing activity with body weight, right? You can do body weight. You can use hand weights. You can do weight machines, right? It could be anything, right? If you don't have anything heavy, get a heavy box in your house. Put a bunch of books in a box, start lifting it. There you go. There's a lot of things that you can start that are really, really simple. You can use apps. I like one that's called, I think that's what it's called, Aptive. That's a good app that's got workouts in there and it takes you through. It's like training, but you don't have to come up with it. You can Google free workout. Yeah. What do I think of places like Orange Theory? Okay, Pam, good question. Yeah. So as long as you're taking into account your body when you're going into a place that has like a cookie cutter workout, that's something that can be positive for you, right? Yes. So as a triathlete where most of my training is cardio, I'm doomed. I call it endurance chub. Yes. Let me talk about that, Kristen. That's so true. So true. Oh my gosh. Okay. So places like Orange Theory or other gyms where this is the workout you go through, as long as there's a weight component to it, great. Keep in mind that there's certain times of your hormonal cycle that you should be pushing weights harder, and there's certain times that you can work on your endurance more, and it's actually going to be moving with your body's hormonal cycle and not fight against it and not have this happen as much. I'm going to put a link here for the 12-week challenge Waitlist. If you guys want to know more about how to do that, how do I learn more about my body and my hormones so that I can, work with my hormones while I'm working out, get on that waitlist. I release exclusive information on there. You don't want to miss it. And, I go through so much on nutrition and exercise and everything for your hormonal cycle on that waitlist, so that you can get a taste of it as we go along. So doing some type of, as long as you were doing some type of cardio and some type of weight, great. Sometimes you might be upping the weights more and really focusing on that. Sometimes you might be just scaling back a little bit and be like, okay, I'm in a higher hormonal phase right now. I need to listen to my body, maybe take a little extra rest, maybe slow down on the treadmill. I know sometimes they watch heart rate monitors and, really go off of where you should be for burning. And I'm like, yeah, but a lot of that research is done on men. So I go off of how your body feels in terms of, yes, you can push yourself, but you shouldn't feel like garbage afterwards. You know what I mean? So tailor your workouts to your hormones, everything else. When you are in menopause, great question. Perimenopause and menopause, focusing even more on that weight, on adding weights so that you build muscle to burn more fat. You build more muscle, you burn more fat. This does not mean getting bulky. This does not mean hulking out. No, it means having a normal amount of muscle tissue that's going to give you that energy and help your metabolism throughout the day. That's the biggest difference right there. It really, really is. So in menopause, and menopause for cardio, again, so this where I'll kind of answer the question too about triathletes and people who train for marathons. I have a lot of friends that run marathons and are distance runners, which is great. That's just a whole different thing. I remember this was, oh my God, maybe a dozen years ago now. I had a friend, she was like, I really need to lose this weight. I can't get this 20 pounds off. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to train for a marathon and run a marathon because that's going to help me lose this 20 pounds. And she ended up gaining another 10 pounds. Yeah. Because of this. Because it was so much running and she wasn't doing any other cross training and she wasn't doing anything else. And your body's response to all this stress is crazy. And if you're not fueling, because when you run and do a lot of cardio, your body needs more of those carbs. And if you're not fueling correctly, then it will store really easily. Yeah. And if you don't eat, you are hungry. Oh my gosh, so hungry. Yeah. So when you are training for something like a triathlon, like a marathon, do as much cross training as you can. And know that some of that is going to be that season. Yeah. Right? As an athlete, there is preseason, season, and postseason things that you should do. And your body composition will change a little bit for that. So know that as an athlete, you're going to put on, maybe another 5 pounds, maybe another 10 pounds with that training. That can be normal as long as you know that for that season and you can train differently when you come out of that season. Yes. For menopause. Oh my gosh, yes. So this is something I work with women in menopause as well. Holy cow, yes. So much more on weight training. For cardio, again, it really is more focused on interval training or even just doing some type of movement piece in between weight sets so that you're getting your heart rate up and getting that blood pumping. I mean, you can do something as simple as some jump rope, right? If you're like, I can't jump, my knees hurt, that type of thing. Okay, yep. Or if you're going to go for a swim, that's really, really easy on the joints. That's really, really easy on the joints. You don't need to swim for an hour. You can swim for 15 or 20 minutes. And that's going to be a really, really good workout for you. Yeah, cardiovascular workout. That's doing all the good things health-wise, but not causing your body to store more fat necessarily. Yeah. Yes. So I went through a lot of info, a lot of good stuff here. Remember, if you are watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is me. Oh my gosh, yes, I need to know more about how to work out for my hormones and to stop storing more fat, to be more efficient, right? It's work smarter, not harder. Stop killing yourself in the gym. Get on that wait list that's in the comments and share this with other women in your lives. Share this with other women that really need this information because we struggle so hard until we, just run ourselves ragged. Stop doing that, right? We don't need to do that anymore. There is a better way, and you can learn more about that on the Waitlist. Other thing I have for you in terms of resources, I do have a podcast called The Female Health Solution, and you can listen to a ton of information, not just from me, but from other female health experts if you're looking for something specific. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here as a resource for you. Otherwise, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you later.